Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Thursday, April 30th. We are at the end of the month. We are close to May, but this month is kind of like non-existent if we just have done nothing throughout this whole month. But tonight, I am joined by Game Boy Gamer at TCF Game Boy and Boomy at BoomyTCF on Twitter. I am Zach Lilia. You can follow me on Twitter at ZLilia. TCF, the main page is at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, just type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us on there. Go over to the YouTube page. We got some food reviews, dessert reviews. We got all of our TCF morning shows, our TCF podcast, and we have the Last Dance review show, which Game Boy Gamer is also on. So you can hear him on there. So go over to the YouTube page, subscribe to there, so you get all the updates on all the videos that we've been putting out, and over to wherever you get your podcast from. If it's Apple Podcast, type in Typical Chicago Fans, subscribe, rate, review, Spotify, follow, and anywhere else, just do what you got to do. Shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddyotter.com. Go check them out. They're in the middle of a move right now, so they're trying to get all their products sold before. I don't think they've moved just quite yet. I think they might have moved last week. I was talking to Mitch about that, but go over to themuddyotter.com, support them, follow them on Facebook and Instagram for some updates throughout their move and how everything's going with them, themuddyotter.com. And Lodi Tap House. Shout out to Lodi Tap House in Maples Park and Utica. Me and Boomy went there a few weeks ago. They got new burgers is it burgers of the week, right? Or is it burgers of the month?
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. And don't forget your growlers and your crawlers, man. That they have is
make sure if you want to get some food, might as well two birds, one stone, and get you some beer while you're on the move too, so you can you don't have to make multiple trips for that. So they help you out with that. No refills, right? You got to buy them there, but they'll bring it right out.
But you can never have too many empty growlers sitting around the house. You never know when you're going to have to take 5 pints of beer somewhere.
You never know. So follow them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and go check them out. Maples Park and Utica. Make sure you support your local businesses right now. They got curbside pickup, so make sure you are supporting them. You know what? This weekend, go out, get you some Lodi Tap House, get you their burgers. They got amazing food all around. But boys, let's get into the show. We've been starting out every show for the last month and a half, 2 months. Our coronavirus worry level. I don't know. I've kind of flatlined on mine, I think. I think I'm about the same as last week. I'm about 65. I'm not really moving anywhere. It's going to get a little bit different because as of today, or as of tomorrow, we have to wear masks everywhere we go. And so that's going to be a little bit different. We can also golf, which will be nice. Me and Boomy will be golfing sometime here in the next next week or so. It's only walking. You have to have only 2 people golfing with you, so no carts, unless I think there's a way if you got like a disability, there is a way to get a cart in some way. Maybe. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's like a medical exemption.
So we're kind of getting back into that's not normal at all, the way we have to do it. But, hey, it'll get us outside. We can go out, get anything to golf, honestly, anything to golf. So I know what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I'm golfing plus exercising. So what can you do? So Boomy, where are you at?
I'm sitting around the same. I'm still up a little bit, and that's because with all the states reopening, I saw some pictures of different places, and the social distancing still worries me a little bit. I know Illinois is making things a little bit different, but I just get worried about, the kind of careless people. So I'm still sitting around. I'm going to jump up maybe from like a 68 to a 69, I'll say. Right around there.
Nice.
Yep. But it's just, you almost have to jog at the speed of your slowest walker. And I just feel like there's too many, idiots out there that are going to, be not practicing the and if this social distancing thing continues and we have to stay 6 feet apart from people for the rest of the time, I'm okay with that. I actually don't mind it at all. Stay away from me when I'm out in the grocery store and everything. So I worry about some of the bad apples ruining it for
Boomy
the
has
rest of
actually
us.
been practicing social distancing for years now. Years. He loves it.
I love it. I love it.
Gamer, where you at?
Stay with the 68. I think that's what I was last week. I mean, I'm kind of the same as you, Zach. Just kind of the same information. It's the same worries. The state's reopenings are definitely a little worrisome.
How about Iowa?
Like we said, there's
Iowa
just too many
reopening
people.
and never
Iowa, yeah.
closing. You can't reopen and never closed.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
You can't do
exactly.
that.
they never closed, and yet their percentage is like the worst in all of the United States because they never
Yeah.
closed. So I think it just
Correlation.
shows like, little evidence there. Maybe you should close down your states.
But
and
it
keep
also
closed.
is one of those things too. Like they
We'll
don't
see
have
what
like
happens.
a major city in there. So like Chicago, I don't know. Like but Wisconsin also has shut down until the middle of May. So you would think. I don't know. I try not to get too deep into that because then my
don't
brain just starts to hurt and I get sad. I get very sad. So let's move on to some stuff. This will make you happy if you. It depends. Blackhawks fire John McDonough. What do you guys think on the move? I think this has been like, yes, he won us 3 Stanley Cups, or he won the Blackhawks 3 Stanley Cups, but it's always been like kind of the writing on the wall is he's going to be out, and then they're going to give maybe Stan Bowman another year, and he could be out, and it's just you kind of forget quickly what the guy did for the organization. And I'm not saying I'm not saying the firing was wrong because I think that they needed to move on. They needed kind of a fresh start here, but he did lead about the 10 best years that the Blackhawks will ever have.
Yeah, I agree with that. But at the same time, since their last Stanley Cup, he
very
has
true.
made some questionable moves. The Hawks
The
as
firing
a
of
whole
Coach
have made some
Q.
questionable moves and stuff. That's exactly. And you've let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Some really good young talent that I think has come back to bite them now.
Panarin.
You've seen those guys flourish in other teams, and the Blackhawks are Panarin's probably.
And he'll never
top that list.
he would never
you still
consider
got
the
Kane and Taves,
Blackhawks
but
anymore because the way that they treated him, the way that they found out he was traded in a tweet, I think. Like that just shows how bad the
probably.
front office was getting.
Yeah, I expect there to be some overhaul basically in all the major positions of the Blackhawks
like I said,
over the next couple years.
Just give Stan Bowman one more year to kind of hopefully figure it out. We'll kind of see what goes on there.
Definitely, and I feel bad for this guy. I'll put this on Twitter, but the poor guy takes a picture with me, and 2 years later he gets fired. So maybe I'm the bad
That's
luck
the Boomy
curse there.
effect.
I forgot about that. Yeah, exactly. But no, it's one of those things that you're very right, Zach. I think it's just another excuse for Stan Bowman maybe to save his job for another 12 months. But I just think it was time. They're starting to slowly clean house, and he's. And some of the stories are coming out now. He's kind of a weird cat anyway. And maybe that's what you need to get a fresh start. And in hockey, things can change around so fast. So maybe just a couple moves here and there, and getting the farm system built back up is kind of the hitting the refresh button that they need. So I think it's a good move. I think it's time. Hopefully it all pans out.
It seemed like they've kind of needed this move for like the last year or so. Ever since the Coach Q firing, it's kind of gone badly, and they just kind of wanted to get a new start. We'll see somehow they get back, and I don't know if they're gonna get a weird playoff format or what's gonna go on with this season. But they were trending to not make the playoffs this year, so I kind of think that it's kind of weird. Like both. Bulls and Blackhawks have taken this whole coronavirus break to fix their front offices that we've kind of been complaining about for the last year or so.
Definitely, it's good to see though.
Speaking of that, Bulls hire new GM Mark Eversley. He was a former 76ers executive. That is after they have also hired President Arturas Karnisovas. Sorry.
Karnisovas.
I'm not good with names. I apologize. Awesome moves. It's hard to.
Yes.
It's kind of weird because with this whole Last Dance documentary, I have gotten a new look on John Paxson and what he kind of did for the Bulls before he became a GM, and that's kind of clouding my thought right now. I kind of almost feel bad in a way, but now I can't feel bad. You got to know what he did for the. That's why I'm happy they never let Michael Jordan have any part of the Bulls, because if for some reason he did something like that, I know it's still Michael Jordan, but you're just happy that it never had to, because it's clouded your views.
Yeah, if the Bulls were the exact same as the Charlotte Hornets have been since they became the Bobcats, we'd be very pissed off.
Yeah.
The Hornets have never made it out of the first round of the playoffs since they be the Bobcats Hornets.
We didn't have to see the rest of the season play out. We got a fresh front office, and hopefully we have a new head coach. So
that worries me, though, because there's rumors coming out that Jim Boylan says he's going to be surprised if he is relieved of his duties.
I think he's just saying that, though. There's no way.
Jim Boylan said he said
that's been his whole thing
before, and he's saying something stupid. He knows that he's not going to get the job. If he does.
He's felt this way since he got hired, that he's just like this. He's going to be this great coach for a long time. Yeah, sure. I'm sure he actually thinks he will be coach, because in his brain he probably thinks he's so great. But he's got to see the writing on the wall. You're going to hire a new GM now. But you got to know they're bringing their own guy.
Yeah, you have a new vice president of operations. You have a new GM, and you're not going to start over with a new coach. That doesn't make any sense.
Especially because Eversley does have a good relationship with Adrian Griffin, who we've talked about before, who would be a great fit to be Chicago Bulls coach.
Absolutely.
So I would love to see them bring him in and get some fresh talent in, and because they have a lot of money to spend too. So we'll see how aggressive they are this offseason.
Definitely. I think we're going to have to maybe make some tough decisions on some of those young guys. Not the super young core guys, but, do you keep guys like Zach Green around Laurie Markkinen? You're going to have to make a decision.
I'm not being rude. I'm just saying, he did not he did not trend up this year. He did not. He got worse this year. Let's just say that. And it's a year where you kind of was hoping he would. What?
Well,
yes, I understand.
Part of that is Jim Boylan, putting him in offense where all he does is catch and shoot. With Hoiberg, granted, Hoiberg was not a great coach either, but Hoiberg had Laurie cut in the basket. They had specific plays for him to dive towards the bucket, where now he is literally just pick and pop. And it's he's a decent shooter, but he just stand out there and do target practice.
I know what you mean, though.
He's not going to get any better.
You would think if he was the player that we wanted to be, he could fight through that a little bit more and score. You think he really score more?
Himself.
His scoring is just down, and that's what's kind of been disappointing this year.
I'm with you.
Let's move on to the next one. MLB has a new plan, and I don't even care if it doesn't go through. Just seeing these new standings is exciting. Let's go through these. In the East, we got the Yankees, the Mets, the Red Sox, the Nationals, Orioles, Phillies, Pirates, Blue Jays, Rays, and Marlins. In the West, we got the Dodgers, Angels, Giants, A's, Padres, Diamondbacks, Rockies, Rangers, Astros, and Mariners. And in the Central, we have the Chicago Cubs and the White Sox, Brewers, Cardinals, Royals, Reds, Indians, Twins, Braves, and the Tigers. Boys, what do you think of that? I think it's an amazing thought.
I love it. I love it
too.
Especially if it's just a one-year thing. Let's get wacky with it.
How awesome would it be for the Cubs and Sox to actually be able to be rivals for once, play in a division?
And not even thinking about that. Think about the Sox and Brewers.
Just changing it up.
Sox
playing different teams.
The Cubs and the Indians. The Cubs and the Twins. Teams that are very centralized location-wise, they're very near each other. Those would be some really fun games to watch.
We can go see. Oh wait, these are probably all going to be played with no fans. I'm we go to Minnesota. We go to Minnesota.
They have said though, the hope is right. The hope is by the end of the season, though, they would
go to
be
Minnesota
fans
for
there.
a Cubs Twins
It's
game.
the goal.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. As excited I am for the Cubs and Sox to be playing more, I'm also would be so pumped to see the Dodgers and Astros
I'm
go
pumped
at
for
it
this
like
whole
10
thing.
Yup.
times. Because you know damn well there's going to be just beanball. Like, Dodgers are going to hit
Yeah.
at least
I have
Jose
a question,
Altuve at least 3 times.
just kind of going off of that.
There's no doubt.
Which division, which one is the best? East, West, or Central? Which one would you guys say is the best? I'm putting you on the spot here. I apologize.
It's probably in realistic terms, it's probably the East because you have the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Nationals, but damn, there's and the Phillies too. But I mean, every division is very, very close. And I was saying about rivalries, like think about. I mean, we're thinking about just Central and Gamer. You talk about the West. Think about the East. The Mets and Yankees
Yeah.
playing.
Yes.
Boston and Philadelphia, who are two of the earliest teams in Major League Baseball. I mean, I do think that probably if you look at it objectively, the East is maybe the best, but the West is going to give it a run because, like you said, the Dodgers and the Astros, and then you even throw some up and coming teams like the Angels in, and the Rockies have been to the playoffs in the last couple of years, and the Padres are becoming a threat. Like those makes for some really compelling baseball games.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Central might be the most competitive, though. The Central
I
is not
think
really a standout.
The Tigers probably
standings.
won't compete. The Indians maybe will compete, and the Royals won't compete.
Royals
but
won't
everyone else
compete.
should compete. Like the Braves are good, Twins are good.
Right.
Yeah.
You can make an
The Reds
argument
are gonna be
that
good.
all but the Royals and Tigers are trying to win their division this year. Like
Yeah,
the Braves
definitely.
are actually going for it. Cubs,
Yeah, the Reds
Cardinals,
just
Brewers,
got a lot of new
Reds,
guys in
and
the
then
offseason.
Sox
I mean,
and Twins.
It's just fun to talk about sports, boys. It's just fun to talk about like hopefully a live sporting event
Some good news.
coming up soon. Because like even if they go to the minor league one, like that would still be cool. Just like you said, it's gonna be a weird season. It's not gonna be like a normal season anywhere close to it. So might as well just say fuck it and let's just do what we want. Let's just have some fun with it. Maybe bring some new fans to the game in the process.
I think you'd be goofy, and I think the world is looking for sports to kind of unify everybody too. So I think they would rally around it, even though you can't go to the games, watch it on TV, you're tweeting about it, you're talking about it. Like that's gonna unify a lot of people.
Like first of the 4 major sports to be played live, like the first game, the ratings are gonna be unbelievable. It's gonna be insane. Like that's the lead up to it.
Yeah.
Like we've never seen anything. Like we've never seen sports just stop and then come back a few.
The first Sunday night baseball game, you're gonna see like ratings like it's like Game 5 of the NBA Finals.
Unbelievable. But something that should have been happening for years and years now. NCAA, we're doing a little money update because apparently they are going to let college athletes make money off of their likeness now, make endorsement money, promotional money. That will be starting in the 2021-22 academic year. So this will not be in effect. This upcoming year either, right? It'll be after, yeah. So, but
Correct.
It's a step in the right direction. It's a good thing. I think it's awesome. It's also going to bring back NCAA football, hopefully, a game that we all love. NCAA basketball.
Not even that.
Yeah.
NCAA basketball. Maybe the College World Series baseball game, man. Let's go.
Yes.
Like, let's think deep on this.
College World Series I think I had for PS2, most underrated game I've ever played. That is just the best action there is right there.
And the old college basketball 2K games were so
boys, I have a question.
Those. But like you said, like, can we please just, if you're a booster out there, don't
my
ruin
question.
this.
My question is,
no kidding.
Like, what do you
stay out of it?
What do you guys think? Like NCAA wants a pat in the back for this right now, and this is a long time coming. Like, what do you?
Yeah.
Like,
and if it wasn't for lawsuits and everything, like this would have been like they'd still be in their same way. They wouldn't have changed their ways if it wasn't.
Look at us! Look how
Not
progressive we are. We're giving these guys money now. It's like no, like you should have been doing this a long time ago. But they're going to be able to sit there and be like, oh, look at us now.
Yeah, it's such a marketing thing to be like, oh, look how the great stuff I'm doing. You know, it's just like not the case.
Yeah, Because how much of this has to do with the G League starting to take all the top
110%
prospects from college
110%.
basketball too?
Because what are they? $500,000.
So
it's like
it's got to be some of
$500,000.
that. Yeah, something like that. Like you got to be able to compete with that.
That's
Otherwise,
literally
you're
it.
not going to have the top. Like the Zion Williamsons of the world aren't going to go to college. They're going to right to the G League and play a year there instead of playing in the highest level of college basketball.
Like, they will make enough money in the process of this that it won't matter that they give it to other sports. But they were like, we're going to lose basketball players. Like they're going to lose the best basketball players, and we got to save this product.
Yeah.
And I think you're 100% right, Gamer. I think that's why they are this got pushed so quickly. Yes.
See the writing on the wall.
Yes.
And the writing on the wall involves a lot of dollars.
That's what it took, and I think that's kind of what they wanted. They didn't think it was going to happen this quickly, though. I don't think the G League. I think it thought maybe a few years it would take for the NCAA to figure out that they need to do it. I didn't think they would think right away, but they moved quickly.
Can we like justifiably go back and give like Reggie Bush his Heisman Award and Tyrell Pryor all those
come
awards
on, man! He wasn't taking
stuff?
steroids. He was just got some money. Like he went out there and played the game. Like give me a break. I thought that was stupid. I thought that was like.
I mean, we all know they're getting paid.
Pryor traded like.
And a lot of it didn't have to do with him. Like it had to do with his family. Like his I think that was. I thought that was a weird choice. Like. Just go along with your lives. No one will care.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna sit around like, man,
exactly.
Reggie Bush got that Heisman, but he took some money. But I can't. Yeah, come on, like, all the things that they had to give back, like they're gonna make him give that back. Kind of crazy.
And I'm sorry, but we know like all college programs are paying their players in something. Like I'll be mad if I find out that Brad Underwood and Lovie Smith aren't paying guys who come play at Illinois. I'll be pissed.
Like it's kind of funny. Like you get NCAA penalties now, and you're like, okay, whatever, we'll take it. Like I'm just happy. I'm happy that I see that you guys are out there trying to win.
Illinois wins a championship. If Illinois wins a championship and people want to vacate it because they paid their players or something, I'm fine with that. You gave me a year of memories for forever. I don't care. You can do whatever you want.
Gamer, how's the house been? Like your dad's got to be pretty sad. Like you guys were having one of the best basketball seasons you've had in a long ass time, and it gets cut short by this. Like
it's tough, but
I mean, not saying like, you're gonna be good in the future.
Forward. They're getting a lot of good recruits coming in. They've got a top 15 recruiting class in the nation coming in next year. They've got Kofi Coburn should be back next year. I know he declared, but he'll probably be back. So I mean, it's all trending up. So it sucks because they want to watch from the tournament, but at least but at least we know like there's a future there. Like last couple years before that, it was like. So when are these guys going to get here? They're supposed to be so good. But now we're looking at it and seeing some progress. And Illinois football should be better as well for this year. Then kind of go back downhill. I'm
a big Illinois football fan now just because I've always loved Lovie Smith. He's always one of my favorite. Let's move on. What you watching? Boys, I watched all 6 episodes of Waco on Sunday. I couldn't sleep because like it gets you like anxious in a way, and you get kind of into the show. I'm a kind of a weird brain. I went out and watched some YouTube videos afterwards, and really, truthfully, I thought the documentary it was good. Like on Netflix, it was like a good storyline or whatever, like the way they did it. But like they didn't really show how bad of a person he really was.
Right, Zach. Did you know that originally aired on
that's like
from
2018
television?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, they aired it, and obviously there's a lot of stuff they didn't show. But I watched it like the day before you did, and wow, it was really good. Like, I enjoyed it. 4,
I was talking to you, and I was like, dude, this is gonna go 2 more episodes. Like you kind of see the writing on the wall, like they're gonna get out. They're either not gonna get out, or like something's gonna happen, or like something crazy gonna happen, and you kind of have to wait around a little bit long to figure that out. But I thought it was. I thought it was a good 6. It was like 6 episode documentary. But I just kind of you watch some of the stuff after. I've been getting into a lot of rabbit holes of just random shit. Like
It's
I
hard
get
not to.
coronavirus like conspiracy theories of like if it's just like that. Listen to this one. Like you think they've made the coronavirus is out there to like slow down like the world and just kind of slow down everything. I went down a whole rabbit hole of just those videos the other day. Like, what am I doing with myself?
I mean, we've all been there though.
If there's
Absolutely.
if there's a time to do
I
that,
do that
it's
all
now.
the time.
YouTube has become there is
I think
so
it's
many
crazy.
weird videos on YouTube. Like I just typed in that Waco situation on YouTube. It was just like I just typed in Waco, and the crazy documentaries that have been out about this, and like just the videos, and it's just kind of wild.
Well, how nuts is it that with everything going on, basically the U.S. government says the aliens are real, and nobody's
Yeah,
even really
no
caring
one
about
cares.
it because coronavirus and all this other BS that we got going on.
Honestly,
I'm like,
why
I want to see more aliens.
why would
stuff.
aliens
Like, show
want
me
to come
more
here
videos.
right now?
Yeah.
We got freaking the coronavirus.
Exactly. If they are
Maybe
here,
they're
they're
No,
leaving.
they're like fuck that shit. We're gonna come down there like now, but we're not going down for the
We're out.
coronavirus shit.
This would be the time to attack, though.
Yeah, it would.
oh boy.
Well, yeah, Zach, I watched Waco as well, but after that, and from a ringing endorsement from Gamer, I've been watching the show on Netflix. Watched the entire first season yesterday. I've watched half of the second season today. Just an eerie kind of thriller, psychological thing, and it's got a wild cast of characters. John Stamos makes quite an appearance in the first season, and then Chris D'Elia, one of my favorite comedians, is a main
Plays a
in
comedian.
the second season. But it is just a psychological, like you think you know what his next move is going to be, and then he does something that you're like, did not see that coming. So
I am very excited for you to finish it so we can talk about it because the ending of season 2 is awesome.
I've got my theories already, but I've learned to not rely on my theories because every time I've
I
been
will
wrong
100%
so far.
not be watching this show, so you guys can talk about it right after.
It's good. I didn't think I'd like it. I always thought it.
Not
Like,
even a
I
diss.
saw the pictures
That's not
of
a
it and
diss
heard
or
about it. I
anything.
thought it was like a
That's
dick
just me
show.
on this.
And
I'm horrible.
No,
at
I
watching
thought it
TV
was like a-
shows. Horrible.
my wife
I've become-
watched it. So
I mean, probably.
Yeah,
I
have
have figured
I
out.
know it,
I have
like,
figured out through
this
this
just isn't
quarantine.
for
I am
me.
just horrible at watching anything anymore. Like I watch like I'm so used to. I've got the brain of like a YouTube clip, like a 10 to 15 minute clip, and that's I need all my information in that
Yeah.
clip. Like I can't watch like a whole
Definitely.
TV show. Like just give me like a summary of it. Like I don't know what is.
yeah, my brain wanders. I have to
think
look up
it's sports.
summaries
I
of all
think
the
it's
episodes
sports.
and read like Wikipedia
Sports,
pages and stuff.
I spend
Yeah,
so much
for
time,
sure.
like you said, with the gambling and then watching it and stuff. Like you just get consumed by sports, and now you're just like, I don't know, this isn't fun.
Absolutely, Gamer. What are you watching?
Well, hopefully by me saying this, it'll force me to actually watch it because I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days. But there's a show on Hulu. It's called Catch 22. I forget who's. I know George Clooney's in there.
wow.
There's a couple. My dad was telling me about it. It sounds really good, so I have to watch that. But I did watch the movie Extraction. Just came out on Netflix this past week with Chris Hemsworth. It was produced by the same guys who directed Avengers Endgame. So I was all for it. Like they can do no wrong in my book now. So I watched it. It was really good, action packed. Chris Hemsworth is just awesome in it, and really actually like a touching story in there too. So I would suggest that if you want a good 2 hours of just pure action,
Quick question.
give that a show.
That's way too long to hang
I'm
on
not-
to Zach's attention, though.
I'm not much into like
That's
the
true.
Marvels or
No.
whatever, but I'm a big fan of the Thor movies. Did that movie
Uh-huh.
get pushed back?
Yeah, but that wasn't going to come out. I don't think until like November of 2021 anyway. So actually, it might still be on schedule
2021?
because it's still far in the future. I mean, yeah,
I
it takes
thought
a long
was, like,
time, man.
done. Sorry.
Yeah, I think they got that in 2021, and like the next Spider-Man movie will be then.
That just
Black
seems so far
Panther.
away.
About that time too. I don't know. They came out. I know.
It's just crazy.
It'll be here before we know it, though.
Like time
Another
is
year and a half
time
of
is
quarantine,
very
we'll be
weird
right there.
now. It's just like It's not going fast. Like, it's just kind of going at the same speed right now.
I think April's flown by. I don't know what it is.
When
looked up
Zach
the clock.
said April 30th, I'm like, what? He's like
Yeah.
a week off, and I looked. I'm like, oh
It's
wow,
weird.
it is
Like,
almost.
you don't
April
really know
30th.
it's April. Like, it could be any month right now.
No.
Like, you'd only know by the weather. Like, usually, like, April is the beginning of baseball. Like, we're kind of getting into the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, and, like, that's how you can usually tell the month by what sports kind of going on and where they are. You can't right now. See, what I'm kind of realizing
you can't.
is I rely solely on sports. And since they have ended, I've just been sad. I have.
branch out a little
played
bit.
Video games. I
Didn't Jeremy watch
and the
all
nice
of
thing,
Waco
like I said, and
yesterday?
I work, so
That's true.
working keeps me busy,
Yeah,
keeps me sane.
keeps you sane.
And then I get on MLB The Show, and Boomy pisses me off. So that doesn't ever get better. I actually got a win though last night. If you would have asked him though, it's because his whole lineup.
Yes,
He forgot to change his lineup.
Forgot my best pitcher, and he was
Good
not
job.
even on my roster.
Boomy, do you have
I
a
hate
wacky web story for us?
I sure do, and I'm sure you guys are all familiar with Zoom calls and Skype calls, obviously, like we are here. But if you're at a Zoom call or a Skype call that's going to be broadcast on national television, make sure that your mistress is not in the background the way Alfonso Merlos, a TV personality, he's it looks like he's I'm trying to like an anchor for a news station, and he was doing a segment from home, and kind of like we are. And in the background, just strolled around a half-naked woman who was not his girlfriend, who is a famous TV star in Spain. So now there's big controversy because a half-naked woman strolled around in the background.
Dude, like,
that was not
like,
his
you
girlfriend.
know you're doing this live stream. Like, just close the door. Like something. What do you?
Why is she even in there? If you're doing a live stream, why is she even in there? Kick her
Confusing,
out.
but I thought it was
Exactly.
the one I heard. Somebody the other day thought they were doing like the waist up, and they had no pants. They just had like underwear on, and they had the camera like on their shorts. Like, luckily they didn't have like loose fitting boxers on or something, and there wasn't like a slip of the.
And that's not even. There was another one. A news lady in, I want to say, like New Jersey or something, was at home, and like she was in her bedroom, and you could see into like they have an adjoining bathroom, and you can see through like a reflection just her butt naked husband in the shower.
I think it's
Yes, it looked like that kid was pooping.
Like, what a place for. What,
yeah, so
what
just
a
be
place
careful
for
on
like
what's in your background, people. Yeah, that's kind of how that woman's situation was like you could just see her husband. They must have like a glass like shower wall, and her husband just standing
I
butt
think
naked
they need to
taking
have
a
the
shower.
NFL draft like that style all the time now.
Yeah, that might
like Bill Belichick's
might be the way to go
taking,
from now on.
Like Division 2A, Division 1A players, or what was it? Was that a Division 2 football player? I think it was.
I actually don't remember. I'm sure he did. If anybody was going to do that,
Like they were saying,
Belichick.
like that dog is like the best trained dog ever. Like they were saying, like try being Bill Belichick's dog. Like if you were to mess up, like you're probably out of the family.
You're off to the pound.
Boomy. Just no, Boomy.
Oh.
Come on.
Taking to a nice
Poor
farm.
dog. He'll trade him a Tampa Bay for a fourth draft pick.
That is funny. What would Bill Belichick need to trade his dog? I need some.
Just any small
future.
white
I need some
receiver
future
and he's in.
prospects.
A lacrosse
But
player.
that was a good looking dog too, and like just sitting there, probably made the pick for him. I still think that dog made the pick.
And when he turns out to be an all-pro like football player and making Super Bowl winning tackles or catches or whatever, everyone's gonna be like, that's the one that got bit by the dog.
It's the next Air Bud movie right there.
Exactly. GM.
They start like hiring the dog to do stuff for the Patriots. Who's taking over for Belichick?
Right.
The dog.
He takes Ernie Adams' job in a couple years.
Anything post show, boys? Nothing. Nothing.
Man,
I'm developing a little
got
bit of a
nothing.
green thumb, fellas. I'm doing some landscaping. This is very out of my
You're not much of a
element.
landscaper.
all right.
I mean, I mow and stuff, but we're
think
actually
mow- I
we
mean,
ripped up a bunch of
I mow and stuff.
So we need
but
some progress picks then.
Oh, it's coming along. We bought a bunch of
Does that
plants
sound-
and I bought some vegetable plants to see if those are going to grow. Maybe I'll have my own jalapenos.
That's from-
so we'll see.
Quarantine
That's where
says
my
crazy
no
stuff to
patience
us,
comes
man.
into. Like,
Yeah, I know.
dude,
I
you
know.
know how long it takes
freaking
to grow
vegetables out
vegetables?
there.
Like, that's way too long. That's insane.
I got nothing but
Boomy's
time
just
till
out there sitting there,
mid-August, buddy.
like watering it, watching it, just like, oh.
Oh, I've even got a nice hose
Oh.
extension, and I got a nice
Oh,
little spray
shit.
nozzle.
Shit,
Oh, I'm
Boomy's
not
gonna
playing
be
around.
Freaking having a giant garden. What's this do? We need a tea. We're gonna need you to.
I'm gonna have to make salsa out of everything. I got tomatoes and I got a bunch of pepper
We're gonna
plants.
need
I'm
you
gonna
to
be
document
set.
this on Twitter at Boomy TCF on Twitter. Make sure
All
you
right,
check
I'll
it out
take-
for all the
I'll
TCF
take some
garden.
pictures.
I'll buy some peppers off you.
All right, I got you. I'll let you have the first of the batch. But I'm also I'm picking up, like I said, like landscaping. Then I started picking up. I bought some used football helmets. I'm going to do some projects with. So
Look
I'm
forward to
running out of
that.
stuff
We got
to do,
some
man.
cool TCF, hopefully football helmet projects coming soon from Boomy. Boomy's got some great ideas.
Yep. And I got 2 more. I've got one in the mail today, and I got one I'm going to pick up tomorrow, and another one's in the mail. So I got 3 projects to
Nothing
work
but time
on.
right now, so hopefully we got some cool stuff going on. If you're, like I said, we're all sitting around right now. Even if you're working, you got to go home and sit around because there's nothing really to do other than golf here starting Friday. But even at that, everyone's going to want to golf, so it's going to be tough to get out there.
And the weather's not.
No, the
Always
weather around here is
cooperating.
kind of bullshit, honestly. It's just we get everything. It's crazy. It hailed. I think it hailed the other day. It's got cold. It's just been rainy all day. Wednesday, it rained all day. Wednesday, all day. It did not stop raining. It was unbelievable.
Yep. Rain from the time I woke up to the time I laid down.
Thank you to our sponsor, The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddyotter.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Shout out to Hannah and Mitch Prentice. Shout out The Muddy Otter. And also shout out to Lodi Tap House in Maples Park and Utica. Make sure you go check them out. Order. They got the curbside pickup. Support your local restaurants. Is it Growlers and...
Growlers and
Make sure you go
Crowlers.
check that out. It's at the Maples Park one, so if you're getting some food, might as well get some of that. Said shout out to Lodi Tap House Facebook and Instagram. Follow them on there. Thank you to Game Boy Gamer at TCF Game Boy and Boomy at Boomy TCF. I am Zach Lilia at Z Lilia TCF. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook is Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us on there. YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube page. We got some food reviews, dessert reviews. The dessert reviews is where I'm going to try and make more and more of those just to eat more and more shakes or whatever we can eat. So go subscribe to the YouTube page and also wherever you get your podcast from. If it's Apple, subscribe, rate, review. Spotify just go follow us on there. And then if it's wherever else, do what you got to do. Anything else, boys?
Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Stay safe and stay healthy.
This has been the TCF Morning Show, Thursday, April 30th. We love you all.
Peace.